grab my toothbrush. Can I go on with this?
Yeah.
And I go to put toothpaste on. She said, what are you doing? I said, I'm about to. And she said, Mama does that. Brushed my teeth for me. My own mother hasn't done that for me since I was 3.
She's the judge who gives rules on the law and life. She's intense with common sense. She's Judge Lynn Toller on Divorce Court, where real couples deal with real life. Leshay and Anthony met more than 3 years ago when Leshay attended one of Anthony's MMA fights. Anthony won the fight and she won him over. But now, engaged and expecting their first child together, Leshay says it's time for Anthony to put a ring on her finger or else he needs to pack his gloves and go.
He teaches our 4-year-old son to fight. He punched me in the eye.
She is so smart, she's so clever, she has such a silver tongue.
That's why
we get into arguments, she twists my own head up.
Can Anthony fight his way back into Leshay's heart, or will this relationship be pronounced a TKO? Today on Divorce Court.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toller presiding. You may be seated.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I have here before me Geneva, Leshay, Gilbert Davis. There's a whole lot going on over there. And Anthony Gott. The two of you have been living together for 3 years. You have been engaged for 1.5 years. And Ms. Davis, you are currently 4 months pregnant. You telling him he either needs to put a ring on your finger or get out. And you've come to me to help you resolve these issues. And if, in fact, he does need to get out, there's some economic situations that you would like me to deal with. Before we get to that, however, I'm going to start with Ms. Davis and ask you to tell me a little bit about your relationship and why we're here in divorce court today.
I'm 4 months pregnant, and at this point in time in life, you can't go out and leave me on a Friday and only text me one time and call me one time and then come home on Sunday with a beer in your hand and you've been drinking. And my family's there.
So he left a Friday. Did he say he was going out of town or getting ready to go somewhere? He just walked out.
He asked if I wanted to go.
She knew I had people to corner at the fights.
He asked me if I wanted to go to the fights. I'm 4 months pregnant. I don't want to go to the fights. We have a son. So that's where my time is spent. You don't just not call for the whole weekend. I'm pregnant. You don't do that.
But you know there's no service right there where I was at. You know for a fact there's no service there.
But Mr. Gott, you know how women are. We want to hear from you. We want to know where you are.
All right.
So you could have given her a little buzz and said, hey, baby, how you doing, right?
Yes,
I mean, it's not that big a deal.
Yes,
you know, you walk a little bit. You're a martial artist. You can walk around the block and get some service.
I could.
Right?
Yes,
so tell me what else is wrong.
I feel like his priorities are all mixed up, period. For instance, he fights.
Right.
I feel like we're about to have a baby. I feel like you need to be able to provide for your family. And if you are doing free work it's a loyalty thing for him. He has a team, amateur team, but he doesn't make money for them, you know, for them fighting. Okay, well, that's not gonna pay a mortgage or a car note or diapers, anything.
Our bills get covered every month. I fight once a month. That's all the state allows me to because it's mandated through the athletic commission.
Right.
For fighter safety, they don't want you to fight more than once a month.
Right.
Every time I fight, because I'm licensed in mixed martial arts and in boxing, every time I fight, that goes directly right in her pocket.
Are you
now, Your Honor,
training
a lot
people
of my fighters are actually they're troubled youth. I'm kind of doing like almost like a second chance for some of these guys, and they don't really have money. And this is an expensive sport, so I'll pay gym memberships, I'll pay dues, I'll buy them shorts, I'll buy them gloves, I'll buy them shin guards, headgear, mouthpieces, whatever they need. I'll take care of them. I'll make sure they have the proper equipment, the proper training, and the proper guidance when they talk to promoters so they don't get set up with a bad matchup. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to see a tuna can get in there with a shark.
Ms. Davis, he's sounding pretty good over there.
He's gonna talk your ear off. This is what he does. This is what he does. This is what he does.
So you think he needs to get a 9 to 5?
No, I don't feel like he needs to get a 9 to 5, but I feel like we need to start saving money. You know, it's not just about covering the bills. We need to save money. So
And I'm a big believer in saving money.
Absolutely. You have a child on the way.
Okay. Look at these $700 earrings she got me for Christmas. I'm a man. What do I need these for? I don't need some damn $700 earrings.
But you got them on.
they're mine now. Sorry.
Now,
I ain't about to take them back.
now,
That's a
Ms.
gift.
Davis-
But still, if
Hang
you
on,
ain't
hang on,
working,
hang
why are you
on.
gonna do this?
Ms. Davis, you were saying, I'm a strong believer in saving money. I'm a strong believer in it. It's got to be more than the month to month, and I agree with you wholeheartedly. But having said that, is it correct that you did buy him $700 earrings? And how much sense does that make if you're seeking a more stable economic outlook for your family?
At that time, I wasn't
was
pregnant, so no. At that time, I didn't know I was pregnant. So
Christmas
that was
time?
Christmas when we were shopping before Christmas. Absolutely not. And that was a Christmas present. That was the one thing that I did buy him for Christmas. The one thing that I bought him for Christmas. Absolutely. And no, I didn't know I was pregnant at that time. Another issue that we have is his drinking.
Okay, tell me about that.
Big problem. He turns into the wise guy. He's always right. You know, he's trying to be funny, but he's never funny. It's always one of those, I got to kick him under the table, nudge him a little
Stop
bit.
it.
Absolutely. We were at his cousin's house for a birthday party, and this was when we first got together, like, first started dating. And everybody was stupid drunk. They go in the back, and I look up, and coming down the hallway, here they are.
In their boxers.
Is it really a party until anybody's naked?
And he had his boxers on.
Swarming with family members.
Hey, I was
though.
cool. I kept my
Swarming with
underwear
family
on.
members.
What were you trying to do?
Huh?
Coming downstairs
We were trying
with
to
no
start a
clothes
riot.
on, Huh?
I guess we were trying to start the revolution. I don't know. You know?
You just thought it would be funny?
Hey, you never know. People get
When
random.
he's drunk, anything
People
goes.
get random.
People
Anything
get
goes.
random. I like that. People do get random.
I always have a good time. I'm Mr. Nice Guy.
Mr. Nice Guy.
I'm Mr. Nice Guy. I'm Mr.
Isn't
Happy
that kind of
Times.
what you liked about him a little bit?
She loved it.
About what?
About him. You know,
His drinking?
Well,
Absolutely.
he's a fun guy.
Come on, man.
He's
You looked at
absolute-
the application before you filled it out. You know what I'm saying? You knew what you were getting into.
No,
First
it's
date, we
becoming
went to
an
a fight.
issue. It's becoming
We
an
drank
issue.
together.
Okay, hang
Come
on, hang on,
man.
hang
Get the out of here with that.
Hang on.
Come on, man.
When divorce court continues, does Leshay have a legitimate concern about Anthony's career choice?
You're worried about his fighting, that it's dangerous. And I think I would be worried too. Why don't you explain that to me?
Absolutely. I feel like one wrong move and it could all be over.
Are you considering marriage but aren't sure if it's the right step? Call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com or become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt.
Divorce Court is back with the case of Geneva Leshay Gilbert Davis, who says her fiancé's drinking is a problem in their relationship. But are societal pressures really what is bringing this couple down?
They're very racist. We've been walking down the street and been called the zebra couple. I mean, this exists even in today. He teaches our 4-year-old son to fight. He punched me in the eye.
Come on,
Our
man.
4-year-old son punched me in the face.
Guys kind of do that.
Boys gonna
But
fight
it's becoming
anyway.
an issue. He
Boys
doesn't
gonna
have the
fight
discipline
anyway.
behind it.
Huh?
Absolutely not. There's no discipline behind it. And
When you
Maybe at
say
the
no
beginning.
discipline behind it, what do
Maybe
you
at the
mean?
beginning.
if there was discipline, then he would know better than to punch his mother in the face. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Don't
I
act like
understand what you're
that.
saying. How did that end up happening? How did he end up clocking his mom in the eye?
Cause me and him were playing, and she did try to separate it.
So
and
it was
was
your
my
fault.
I
Okay.
did get him a little too worked
So it was
up.
your fault.
But I do teach him there's a time and a place to fight. I teach him when and where to fight. I'm teaching him
But he doesn't
to
have the
learn
discipline
how.
to do it. He doesn't have that separation yet for when he's supposed to and when he's not supposed to,
I
or
think he'll
who he
probably
should do
figure it out as
or
he
who he
goes.
should do it with, or who he should not do it with.
Then you haven't drawn the right lines. You understand
Thank
that,
you.
Mr. Guy?
I'm trying. Obviously, I don't know the proper way to speak to
Well,
a 4-year-old.
one thing is you need to quit fighting with him at home.
Come on, man.
You know?
Come on,
I mean,
man.
if he doesn't have the maturity yet to determine when he should and should not do it, and doesn't have the structure for it, you can't keep allowing him to fight.
Come on, man. Number one thing I teach my son.
Everybody can't duck and run
Number
when
one
he
thing I
shows
teach
up.
my son is that the strongest muscle on your body is the brain. Use your words. There is always a way around.
We fight about our son for
Here-
a lot of things.
6 sons, hon. I know how it goes. You can tell. You can do it. Mr. Gott, you say that she does too much for you. I've never heard a guy complain about that.
I consider myself an independent man.
Right.
And before I'm anything on this world, I'm a man. And a man takes care of themselves.
Right.
Okay, I can't get out the shower and dry myself off and pick out my own clothes. By the time I get downstairs to pick out my clothes, they're already pressed and ironed on the bed. By the time I sit down, she's lotioning me up. if I go to put my sock
What are you
on, if she
supposed to
hears
do?
my sock snag my toenail, she'll, baby, stop, hold up, let me get those. And she'll clip my toenails. Last week, I'm in the bathroom.
Well, now be careful.
Okay, now I grab my toothbrush. Can I go on with this?
Yeah.
And I go to put toothpaste on, and she said, what are you doing? I said, I'm about to, and she said, mama does that. Brushed my teeth for me. My own mother hasn't done that for me since I was 3. Do you see what I'm saying?
Ms. Davis,
some guys
did you
might find this
actually
cute.
say, oh no, mama does that and brushed his teeth?
I did, but that was a joke. But I do everything for him. Absolutely. I feel like if I'm going to be at home all day, I absolutely should have some progression. You know,
Your
I should
Honor,
be productive
she takes
during
great
the
care
day.
of me, and I do appreciate it, but please let me take care of myself. Let me feel like a man. Do you understand?
You know, some men would come in here and think that's the epitome of manhood, is have their wife clip their nails and brush their teeth. I'm so glad you
That's
don't
my
feel
equal.
that way.
That's my
Mr.
equal. That's not my
Guy.
slave.
I'm so glad you feel that way. I am. I really am. You know.
Another issue we have is our black and white thing from the city that we're in. They're very racist. We've been walking down the street and been called the zebra couple. I mean, this exists even in today.
They're gonna
but
say
I feel
something
like
whether-
he's never going to understand
Regardless,
because
man.
they're not talking to him.
Ms. Davis, they're going to be fools all throughout
Absolutely.
your life.
They ain't calling you
And
a nigga,
you're gonna let
Absolutely,
him
but
conduct
he's
your
never going to
business for you.
understand that. So
He
it
doesn't have to
causes
understand.
issues. It causes issues.
He doesn't have
Absolutely.
to understand. He loves you. He walks down the street with you. He don't care. He doesn't need to understand. That's what that is.
I agree.
Like I said, I accepted it. I put the ring on her finger. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I got
that's
her
what
son
that
calling me
is
daddy.
now.
And I'm treating him like he's my son, so don't tell me I ain't accepted.
You say
Don't
she
say I got a
withholds
problem with
sex
it.
when she's angry. Is that true? But I just letting you know.
No,
a
I
lot
know
of
women do it.
that.
I know it. But what I'm saying is, for like the first, I say up to the first whole year and a half of the relationship, we was like, whenever, wherever. Now I'm lucky if it's like more than once a week, you know?
But you know that kind of happens as the relationship goes along. And
That's
gets
not
a
supposed to
little-
happen
pregnant,
till
first of all,
marriage.
so
you know, I heard.
they
But you're living
changed.
together,
Why you
though.
think
It's
we've been
kinda the
engaged
same
this long?
thing.
When divorce court continues, is Leshay expecting too much?
I come home from being on a roof for 12 hours outside in -10 below, 8 inches of snow on a roof. I'm shoveling off the roof just to take off the roof to put on a new roof. When I come home from work, why the hell I gotta do laundry?
If you would like your case heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and follow us on Twitter @divorcecourt. Divorce Court returns with the case of Anthony Gott, who says he loves Leshay and wants to save his 3-year relationship. But will he have to give up his fighting career in order to marry her?
You're worried about his fighting, that it's dangerous. And I think I would be worried too. Why don't you explain that to me?
Absolutely. I feel like one wrong move and it could all be over.
Right.
We got into a fight because we went to one of his fights and I couldn't stand there and watch the fight. It was
first
physically
off-
making me sick to my stomach to watch it. He's in the ring. He doesn't see what I see. I'm watching it from outside.
Right.
So yes, I absolutely walked away. I went back into the dressing room. I couldn't stand there anymore. I couldn't. And I
right, Your
feel
Honor.
like he could
Was he
really,
getting his butt kicked?
he could
Was it
seriously,
hard?
he could seriously get hurt doing what he does. But since it's what he loves to do, that's fine. But I feel like you need to have like this 5-year plan on what you're gonna do. I feel like it's a sport that you get into,
And
you
make
get your
plans
money
to get out of.
and you get out. And then if you want to start a gym and that's what you want to do, then do what you love. I support you, but do it the right way and have your priorities in order.
Mr. Gott, what is your response to that,
All right,
sir?
now, in her defense, it was a heated exchange. There was an exchange. It wasn't just a one-sided thing at the moment. But she's all night, well, where am I gonna sit? Where am I gonna sit? Where am I gonna sit? I can't see from way back here. So I turned one of my cornermen away and said, no, I don't need you in my corner. My baby's gotta see me fight. She ain't never seen me fight live. So I get her in my corner. Heated exchange, boom, dropped him. 35 seconds into the fight, I turn and look, she ain't even in my corner no more. What the?
Oh no,
You see what
I
I'm
seen
getting
that
at?
part. It was after that part happened is when I started walking away. I don't want to see you get beat
By the
up. Like
time
I
I
don't want to
look.
see you
All right,
get
by the
hurt.
time
I
I
don't want
look.
anything bad to happen
By the
to
time
you.
I look, you was
So
gone.
of course, me walking away was just that.
Ms. Davis, tell me what the final straw was.
In January, it's the breakup. You know, the septic had overflowed. He threw my clothes. It got cleaned up.
Threw the clothes.
He put the clothes on the floor. My clothes.
Okay, now
on
first
the floor.
off.
Hang on.
On the floor. No. I don't even put my clothes on the floor, so why would you? So I go in the room and I say, you know, I thought I asked you not to, you know, put my clothes on the floor. Could you not do that? And he just blew up. So I get defensive.
Yeah,
I'll jump right back. I feel like nobody's gonna talk to me.
laundry.
If I'm not talking to you that way, don't talk to me that way.
Yeah,
So it just blew up from there, and it ended with,
See,
you know,
that's
me
my
saying,
thing, Your
get
Honor.
out.
What-
Absolutely.
That's my
What
thing
made
right
you
there.
get
That's my
angry?
problem right there.
What
Did
made
you
you
hear
get
how she
angry?
said it? Did you hear what she just said? I'm not talking to you that way. Did you hear the snidiness in that?
Condescending.
Yeah. Do you see it? No, she is so smart. She's so clever. She has such a silver tongue.
That's why
we get into arguments. She twists my own head up. She gets me so frustrated, and then she does that.
No, he likes to say
Why are
things
you
and then
ta-
forget
why
that
are
he
you
said them,
talking
and my
to me
memory's
that?
like
I'm not-
perfect.
Why did you get angry?
Okay,
Absolutely
okay.
not. I'm a woman.
You
My
heard
memory,
her.
I remember
You heard
everything.
her. This
Why did you get angry?
This was in January.
Right.
Okay, I come home from being on a roof for 12 hours outside in -10 below, you know, 8 inches of snow on a roof. I'm shoveling off the roof just to take off the roof to put on a new roof, to pay bills, to work. When I come home from work, why the hell I gotta do laundry?
Was he spending 12 hours on a roof making money and you wanted the man to do laundry when he got home?
No, she didn't ask me to do laundry, but if it needs to be done and it
Tell
ain't
the
done
story
when
how
I
the
get
story
home
happened,
and I'm
though.
mad about it because you ain't did nothing all day.
Tell the story how the story happened, though. Don't ever say I don't do anything all day. We have a 4-year-old son, so
But you
correct
can do a
that right now.
4-year-old and laundry at the same time. I've done it.
Absolutely.
It can happen.
When divorce court continues, will Anthony agree with Judge Lynn's advice?
Go ahead and marry a woman, you know. I already got her pregnant. So you just need to go on and marry.
Divorce court returns with the case of Geneva Leshay Gilbert Davis and Anthony Gott, who have been engaged for 1.5 years and are expecting their first child together.
You want $1,800 for him for something about a couch. You want $800 from her of something about a puppy and all that kind of stuff. I ain't even gonna talk about it. I'm gonna tell you why. I like you people. I like you and I like you. And all you people need to do is learn how to you love him because he's who he is.
I do.
You love him because he's a fighter, because that's that male aggression alpha thing. That's cool. I like that too. You like him because he's good with your son. You like him because he's cute. You like him because he comes down the stairs, get a little drunk, run around in his boxes. He's funny. You like that. You like that. And he likes you. He likes who you are. He can say whatever he wants to. He loves it when you say, baby, I got that, because it makes him feel important. It makes him feel like a man. It makes him feel like he's loved. And it's really cool, and it's really neat, and it's really fun. You draw your lines very close to you. Don't be so stuck on things. Just kind of relax a little bit. He's a fun guy. He's a good guy. He loves you. Go ahead and marry a woman, you know. I already got her pregnant. So you just need to go on and marry her.
Thank you.
She's good people. She loves you. You're a good woman. You love him. You know, there are a lot of fools in this world. Half of them come into this room. You're not. You're good people, good couple, good for you. Get married. I'm telling you. Get married. Don't spend so much money. Have a long-range plan for tomorrow. A little given here, a little given there. You guys got the working of always and forever. Good luck to you. There will be no recovery in this matter. It is so ordered.
Thank you.
All rise. Parties may leave the courtroom.
Everything has been going really well since Leshay and Anthony were in court. They plan to marry in the next 6 months as soon as a special family member returns to town. She reports that Anthony is making plans for the gym he wants to open, and both of them have been better about saving money toward that goal. Leshay also revealed to us that the baby they're expecting is a boy, and they plan to name him Angelo.